and welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by the usual panel, and today we are talking about video game memories, because we have a lot, and they're juicy and awesome. Anthony and I, and then we're going to go into the Smash Bros territory, okay? We're going to Smash Bros. We were playing Smash Brothers Melee, and Anthony and I, back in the day, were super What?
I'm just preemptively being
Anthony
embarrassed.
knows what it is.
Preemptively embarrassed. Go on.
So yeah, we're playing Super Smash Brothers Melee, and we were both getting extremely heated, very, very competitive. I remember Anthony was just pounding me into the ground, beating me round after round after round. It was just me and Anthony playing one-on-one, and I was getting so heated. He would laugh his head off.
Smash Bros.
Anthony was laughing so hard, and I was like, put him in his place. I finally won one, and so I returned the banter and started laughing like, I finally won. And then Anthony pounded me on the head, and then I got so mad that I threw the controller down, walked out of the room, and I called home to my mom, and I was like, I'm ready to come home now.
Yeah, I was young and immature.
But
that's my only excuse, and I've had a lot of time to mature since then. I will say though, I don't remember winning very much. I remember feeling like you were trashing me. So I don't know.
Maybe absolutely not. Maybe we have mixed memories going on here. But one thing did come out of this, and that is, after that day, we made a vow and a pact that Anthony and I would never play against each other again. And that pact lasted all throughout high school, well, I guess I can't say all throughout college, but mostly throughout college. It wasn't until like recently, after we both had kids, that we were like, we're gonna start playing against each other again, bro. Like, you're mature now, right? Yeah, let's go.
He's gonna wear a helmet next time he goes to play.
Here's the thing. Even relentless. He would choose the person that would react the most. Then he would just make you miserable for the entire entire battle round.
You're talking about me?
Yes.
Yes, that is a true story. I wouldn't care if I won or lost. I would relentlessly just go after you hardcore and not let you have a moment to breathe.
And the thing that was frustrating for me was, since I had these two crazy heads, and also David, who was not as much of a crazy head, but still.
Thank you.
You know, when I would play, all I was trying to do was to basically run away and, make it hard to get to me, and, lay traps in case anybody tried to come get me, and see how long I could survive. And Steven just decided that it was time to make me miserable and hunt me down specifically. I was like, Steven, go pick up the roads.
I could smell the rabbit. She's hiding somewhere.
Oh my God.
She's lying.
I'm going to add a little bit more context to Steven's story, though. Not necessarily to try and justify what I did, but at least to give some more background. So this comes after a long history of by that point we'd already been hugely into Smash Bros, but I remember for the longest time I was too scared to fight anything other than a level 1 computer, because I'd never really tried to get better at it. But I remember first a time when David randomly decided that Steven and I should all try to take on a level 9 Samus, and we were like, are you insane? It was a 3-on-1 team battle. Back then we played stock 10. That's just how we like to do it. And we barely scraped by. We were all on our last life when we finally took her out. And I just remember being like, we're never going to do that again. And I remember, being like, David, you're crazy, making these suggestions. But then my oldest brother, John, decided to challenge us all to do a one-on-one against a level 9. And I remember just being so intimidated. But one day I decided to try it, and it took me a half hour on a stock 10 match, and I was basically running away the whole time. But I did win, and that was a heady moment for me. And from that point on, I felt like, okay, I'm gonna get good at this game, or at least a lot better than I was. And it got to the point where I mean, melee level 9s are actually kind of a joke compared to modern level 9s. It was just I got really good at fighting them. And so then at that point, I kind of created this dumb, almost, well, honestly, prideful kind of outlook of, ever since I got good at this game, I have not lost. It was stupid. It didn't, it didn't last long. I had my pride handed to me a number of times. And that was what was going on in this case when Steven beat me this round, and I was responding in a stupid way. And I'm acknowledging this all openly. This was a long time ago. It was a different person. Anyway, I remember different people. So I remember being so ticked, and I turned to him thinking, how dare he ruin my win streak? And so, at that moment, reason went out the window, and I remember in the back of my head thinking, am I about to do this? But my hand went, and it wasn't a hard hit. It was kind of like just almost a light thump. I wasn't trying to hurt him, but it was enough to make
Wait a
him.
minute. Who got bonked on the head here? Me or you? How do you know how hard you hit me on the head?
Well, I know I wasn't trying to maim you. I'll put it that way. I'm just kidding. I remember it was a bit of a thump, and I remember it made you duck your head and lift your shoulders a little bit. So it wasn't like knocking you out or anything. For the record, anyway. But and then I remember right after doing it, being horrified and like, I can't believe I just thumped my best hand on my best head on the friend. Sorry, my best friend on the head.
Anyway, hit on the head.
I kind of took a moment to gather my wits and realize how stupid I was, and then I went and immediately apologized to Steven. Like, I'm so sorry. He was hiding in my room playing his guitar and waiting for his mom to pick him up, but I apologized. I told him I was stupid, and I wasn't going to be stupid like that again, and he changed his mind about going home, and we kept on playing, but I think we didn't play against each other anymore, and that's probably when we made our pact. So there you go.
Yep.
That's probably around the time where I was like, I'm not going to play competitively against Anthony and Steven anymore. I'm going to be a proponent for team battles every time.
Yep, we did team battles every time. It was Anthony and I versus whoever else. It was bad.
And I was like, we won't be able to stay friends if I play against them competitively.
David just secretly didn't want to get his have whack-a-mole played on his head.
Yes. No. My favorite Smash memory was one of these times where I'm pretty sure I had convinced everyone to do a level 9 fight against a level 9 computer or something like that, or maybe even more than one. We were getting destroyed, and so it was getting near the end. And Anthony, was it a stock battle or was it a time battle? I don't remember for sure. It was probably a stock battle. And the computer was coming. I think I was the only one left. We dashed toward her, and an explosive box landed between us. We both hit it and flew off the screen, and I thought I was done for, but luckily the computer did the animation where they hit the front of the screen, whereas I fly off into the distance, and so you see me flying off, and it's like, success!
Yeah, it was a really funny moment. So I can provide a bit more background context though. It actually wasn't just a level 9 match. You and I were doing a doubles event match in Brawl. So there was like the event mode where you could select different battles from like this list, and there's a doubles event selection where you can play together and try to complete certain objectives. And it was you and I. We had to play as Star Fox characters, and we were playing against the villains of Star Fox, I believe, is what I remember. And I got KO'd pretty early on, but you were still holding your own against the enemy Wolf. And the way I remember it, the reason why the explosive destroyed you both so profoundly is because I think you went to do a Firefox toward the computer, and that is when the explosive box appeared. And since you did a Firefox, it exploded, and then the rest is history. It was very, very, very funny that the reason we won is because David's death animation was longer than the computer's.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. I remember that.
And didn't we have? It was one of those times where, I think the damage adds up. So I was probably like 300% damage or something. I don't know. I think both of us were, and that's why we like flew off so violently. I thought, oh, I failed us, but then because I think you see me flying off in the distance first. Oh, dang it! But and then the computer just slams into the front of the screen, and it's like success, and I was like, huh? What?
Task failed successfully.
Yeah,
I love it.
And then we laughed our heads off.
yeah, good memory.
I've got a quick one. Oh my goodness, this is kind of silly. There's actually a YouTube video of this tournament that I went to. Speaking of having played Melee competitively, back in my days in Central California, I was the #1 Smash Brothers player. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was the #1 for the longest time, and I kind of went on a hiatus and came back about, I don't know, sometime after my mission. I was about 3 years later. I come back to my hometown for another tournament and just was playing there, and one of the guys who was one of the up-and-coming Smash players of that time, we faced off in the tournament, and it got really close to last stock, last match in the set, and somehow I come back. I make a ridiculously amazing comeback. Just anyway, I end up destroying him, and he slams the table and probably dropped some choice words, which I won't repeat, but he gets so mad, and one of the guys in the background, you hear them, they're like, dude, that's my table, or that's my setup, or something. And anyway, I'll have to share the link, but
Oh, you should. I want to see it.
Yeah, no. I've seen this moment. It was pretty funny.
So I don't know if maybe I just have that effect on people to bring out the saltiness when I beat people with Princess Peach, but I don't know.
We do have to point out, as is shown in the video, that Austin's his player name that he went by was the Pest.
Oh my gosh, yes, that takes me back. Let me give a little bit of context as to why that is. So, John Leguizamo is an actor who played Luigi in the original Super Mario Brothers movie, and Luigi was that was my Mario Bros character. I was the younger brother, so I was always Luigi, and so John Leguizamo became somewhat of an idol for me. Not the best pick, I must add. In fact, nowadays I kind of despise anything that he's in, but he had a movie called The Pest, which I would not recommend. It's very bad movie. Poorly written, dumb story. It's one of those stupid movies that my wife has a stupid movie night with her siblings, and that was one of the shows that we recommended because it's that dumb. But I took the name The Pest because I was like, oh yeah, that's edgy, back in that time. I was like, this'll be my gamer tag.
And he has held to that MO ever since. He is quite the pest when you play against him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, you're the one who picked the name, so we're going to call it a compliment.
I'll take it as a compliment. That's right.
Yeah.
It's contextually a compliment. There are moments when it may not be meant as such, but
Lisa, I believe you had one.
So like I said earlier, I kind of grew up with all these Smash enthusiasts that would smash me into the ground because I was easy prey. Kind of got to the point where my brain was just like, losing is inevitable. So I still kind of have that with Smash, where I don't really enjoy it. It just kind of stresses me out, because even if I seem like I'm doing a good job, I will choke and die. So it's kind of like...
Poor Lisa, I'm so sorry.
It's kind of like I have a very, very defeatist mindset with Smash, so I don't tend to enjoy playing it. Once upon a time, Anthony thought, oh, well, you just need to get some practice and get good at it. So he was very kindly trying to help me learn some techniques to, better at the game. Basically what happened was that we went to that WarioWare stage where the mom comes and looks for you. We were just, I don't even remember what we were practicing there, but I basically fell apart while trying to play that level. Do you remember this, Anthony? Can you describe it?
I mean, the level or you're falling apart?
My falling apart, my reaction.
No, I mean, I feel like I remember how the mom staring and screaming at us added to the stress, but I don't remember your exact reaction.
Basically, I just ended up, hysterically laughing until I was also crying. So, but yeah. And it was just kind of funny that, I was like, wow, I apparently have such a bad mindset for Smash now. I can't even function playing it. So a similar thing happened when I was playing Overcooked with David.
Oh, that makes sense, because that game...
cut that out.
No,
Cut that out.
don't say that. Don't say it. I'll be offended. Stop.
Whatever, dude.
Okay, let me rephrase
I'm
that.
still waiting for Overcooked 3. Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay. Similar thing happened when I was playing Overcooked with David and his wife. So, yeah. Basically, they were like, what is happening to her? And I was just kind of like melting as I laughed. Also was tearing up because I just, stressful.
It is a stressful game. If Shayna didn't, if my wife didn't like it, if my wife didn't like it, I don't know if
David.
yeah, let me finish. If my wife didn't like it, I don't think I would have chosen to play it. But
It is where I live my lean manufacturing, lean manufacturing dreams
Oh my gosh.
and aspirations. Because you take broken processes and broken kitchens and turn it into something beautiful,
Glorious.
with your own designed solutions. Though you cannot replace the kitchen or rebuild it, which would be the smart thing to do. But you are running the kitchen and you have to make, split-second improvements or kaizens, split-second kaizens, and then run the system, find out where it breaks, start it again, start level over, refine your system, and try again. And my wife and I, we've got 3 stars on every level. There's multiple times when we are seconds from losing and getting a 2-star versus a 3-star, but within the last 3 seconds, we burst to the delivery station, drop a plate, and right when we drop it, the timer runs out and we get a 3-star, and we just start screaming. Everyone stands up, we start clapping and laughing. And then other times we start yelling at each other and say, don't do my process, don't do my job. And then we have to turn each other. Are you mad at me? No, this is just the game. It's just the game. I'm not really mad at you. Sweet. Okay. But seriously, do not do my job. Do not do that again. Don't flat. Anyway, it's so much fun. I don't know. I like.
Oh boy. Now here's my take. It's definitely it's a great way to try and sell me on the idea of something being fun when your process is, hey, look, these customers are screaming at you about their meals while you're trying to take it to them where the cafe is 3 semis that are drifting away from each other, and you're trying to run over to the stupid thing, and then they drift apart and you fall to your death, and then you respawn and you've lost all the food. Yeah,
that's the worst.
That's fun. It's definitely fun.
It's the worst.
Whose idea was it to set up a restaurant on an iceberg anyway?
Oh, that's the worst one. That's one of the worst ones. Oh, anything on ice sucks. Anyway, you heard it here first.
And that's what Stephen calls fun.
It is so much fun. It is our go-to game at the Burton house.
I'll admit I've had fun playing it, but it stresses me out. It's like I don't have fun until we succeed, and then I had fun.
I have fun when I go to the dentist and they tell me that my teeth look good.
That never happens to me. I don't know what that feels like. I think nope.
Apparently, I really got it.
Nope, you opened a big can of worms now. Nope.
That was a really, really good comparison. Very good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. If you like this content, please be sure to subscribe, like, and ring that notification bell so you can hear more of our ranting about more of our gaming memories in the future, perhaps. As we create more, because there's always new games coming out, always new experiences to go through. So stay tuned on that.
We'd love to hear your memorable moments.
That's what I wanted to say. In the comments down below.
Yeah.
Please do. We'd love to hear it. Oh, also, we have started a Discord community of sorts. Be sure to hop on over there and share your experiences there with us as well. We'd love to hear them.
And just so that it felt authentic, we actually did create it on Discord.
Yes. That is a true story. That's
Actually a real Discord server, so come join.
Oh, I like my joke.
It was funny.
All right. Oh yeah, and be sure to buy some merch if you want to. We also opened a merch store. You can see it down in the comment in the. You can see it in the description below. And until next time, guys,
Keep it nerdy.